Ma Turner's hurt?
Yeah. We've laid off for her long enough. The orders are to take them.
Yeah, but we've always...
Here comes Red. Everything all set?
Yeah, nobody around at me, so go ahead.
Anything the matter with Molly or the baby?
No, Ma, but they're rustling cattle out of your north corral.
What?
Get some help. I'll see if I can head them off.
I'll be with you in a minute, Hank.
I'll drive him to the Holt's range and mix him with his herd like we did before. We'll cut him out tomorrow night.
Sorry, Ma. Looks like they stopped me instead of me helping you.
Oh, I ain't complaining, Hank. It's you we got to think of now. Oh, let me see.
No use, Ma. I'm going. Look after Molly and the kid, will you?
Sure I will, Hank.
Go on over to the meeting, son. I'll be there directly. I want to stop here at the bank and see Miller about extending our loan.
All right, Dad. But hurry it up. You know how the ranchers look to you to lead them.
Yeah, I know. I'll be there.
Morning, Holt.
Morning, Joe.
Ain't you going over to the saloon for the meeting?
Yeah, just a minute.
Say, Holt. Hope you've figured out just what you're going to do. You know, this is getting mighty serious. For me, too. Just had to get another loan from Miller. You know, I've got my store mortgage right up to the hilt, just because the ranchers can't pay me.
Well, we ought to be getting some action today. You just hang on.
All right.
I thought I'd find you all here. Now listen, Miller. When you and I cooked up this deal, there wasn't going to be any killing, and we were laying off our Turner spread.
That's right, John. You would have handled the rustled cattle, and I was to loan the ranchers cash. Foreclose on the mortgages as fast as they were cleaned up. But our deal to take over this whole valley is no good without Ma Turner's spread. You know that.
Sure, she's in the clear. Miller hasn't had to loan her a dime.
Yes, that's why I told Duke to tell Hogan and the boys to go ahead last night and start cleaning her out. As for the killing of Hank Peterson, well, that was his own fault. He had no right to butt in where he didn't belong.
Which puts us in a fine spot, with the town folks up in arms and the ranchers, too. They're holding a meeting right now.
Well, what's the matter with that? You can handle them.
You always have. You can stall them a while longer, can't you?
I'll handle them, and I'll do it my way. I'm still running this deal, Miller, and don't you forget it.
Maybe we'd better go over and see what he's got on his mind. You run along first, Sheriff. It'll look better with you up there with Holt. Things are beginning to be a little difficult, aren't they? Oh, well, we shall see.
Got a job here that needs doing bad. I smell something stronger than rustling, but don't know what. Ranch has got Investigator from Cattlemen's Association coming out on next stage. But I want you to come private and come a snorting Ma Turner. Same old maw. Well, I guess that's it, Tim.
Well, I felt it must be pretty serious, or you never would have wired me to meet you here.
Looks like a three-man job.
You mean Sandy's coming too?
Wired him the same thing. I don't know what's keeping him. Looks like it's over the hill.
Get out of that coach. Give me that gun. I'll get on that horse.
Looks like they're taking somebody off that stage.
Take care of them and I'll stop the stage.
Now give me those credentials that show who you are and for what. You won't be needing them any longer.
You're not going to get away with this.
You're right that time. Now stop those guns. Get down off those horses. Back over against that tree.
Thanks, stranger. You got here just in time.
I said all of you get down.
But I'm not one of them. I was on the stage. I just stampeded after killing the driver back down the road.
Just kind of took a fancy to you, eh? Wanted to show you the scenery or something.
No, they were stopping me from getting to Red Bluff. I'm a special investigator from the Cattlemen's Association. Here's my credentials. They wanted them probably to impersonate me.
That sounds like a smart idea. I never like to pass them up when they're smart.
What do you mean, you never pass them up?
Take that rope and get down off your horse. Go over there and tie those fellas up.
What kind of a game are you up to?
I like dealer's choice when I'm dealing. Now get down and get busy. There's enough rope there to tie up 4 as well as 3, you know. Now scatter out, you fellas. Each pick your own tree.
Give me that arm.
Come on, hurry up. We haven't got all day. All right, get mounted.
I'll get you for this, stranger.
Not if I can get him first.
Never mind. Climb aboard that horse. We've got a date over here in the canyon. Move out.
Hey, Holt must be pretty worried with us not showing up at the shack with those credentials.
Well, can we help it? If I could just figure out who that fella could be and what he's up to hijacking that investigator.
Listen, here comes something around the bend now.
Hey, you! Come here. Wait a minute.
Ooh. Well, slap my catch. What's going on here? A feud?
No, some of the boys in our outfit think they're funny. They tied us up here as a joke, cause of an argument over a bet.
Yeah, that's it, stranger. Turn us loose, will you?
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't want to spoil no laughs for any hard-working cowfolks. Oh, shucks. They'll probably come along and turn you loose themselves.
I'm afraid they won't. It's a bet, you know.
Well, now that sort of gives me an idea. Oh, Magnolia.
Now, you fellas probably don't know who I am, but I am the famous Dr. Sandy Hopkins in person.
Glad to know you, Doc.
Glad to know you, Bub. And you know, I manufacture, I imagine, the finest pacifying panacea of its kind in the world today. And it'll get a man out of almost any predicament that he finds himself in. Now, just to prove my point, I'll give you a free sample.
Well, I better not.
Why, it won't cost a thing. It's just free gratis. Try it. That's good for you. There you are. It's just as soft as a kitten's ear.
Oh, Doc.
Have another?
No, thanks very much. I'll tell you what I'll do. If you turn us loose, I'll buy all that snake juice you've got in that wagon.
Sure enough?
It's a promise.
Well, that's a deal. Now, you know, there. I've only got about 8.5 dozen bottles left, and that'd be quite a load for you to tote.
Well, that's why we can't take them with us now.
Why?
You deliver them to us at Red Bluff.
Red Bluff? That's just the way I'm heading. The doctor will deliver them to you personally. Well, I made myself a pretty good deal there.
We'll be seeing you, Doc.
I hope that investigator knows his business and ain't afraid to tear into them range rats.
And I hope the next time he comes trekking into town, it won't be just for talk.
So do I.
Better do your stuff. You know the program.
You know, Miller's sure been white about this thing. I don't know what the most of us ranchers would do without the help he's given us from the bank.
Well, I don't know. But I'd just as soon Miller or anybody else didn't have a mortgage on my place. First time anything like this has happened to me in over 30 years of ranching. Oh, hello, Sheriff.
Hi.
Where's all the folks for the meeting?
Sorry we couldn't get word out to you fellas, but that investigator ain't getting in today. He sent Holt a message from Rockford last night that he had to stay over. So Holt's going over there to meet him.
Well, that's a fine note. Say, there's something wrong. That's a stranger bringing that stage in.
Why, it's a holdup, maybe. Where's Pete? Who's this fella?
Did anybody around here lose a stagecoach?
What happened? Where'd you find it, stranger?
Picked it up about 5 miles back. The only thing left aboard was this mail pouch. Are you the sheriff?
That's right.
Tie on to that, will you? Guess there's nothing to worry about, Sheriff. Doesn't look like a holdup.
Reckon it don't to that, Duke. Guess the horses took off by themselves when the driver stopped them down there by the junction.
Yeah, well, he'll come limping into town after a while.
Not Pete. He'll die of old age right where he is if leaving means walking.
Well, that's what he gets for being careless. Herman, hop up there in that coach and take it around to the barn.
Well, seems to me that somebody ought to thank you for all your trouble, stranger. Oh, it wasn't any trouble. Heading this way anyhow. The name's Duke Mason. How are you? Now, if you're thirsty, the drinks are on the house over at my place. Thanks. I'll take you on that a little later. Excuse me, I gotta get my horse.
Oh, Dad, what are you doing back from Rockford so soon?
Well,
Well, where's that investigator?
I guess I must have missed him. Got our dates mixed up. You go on back to the ranch, son. I reckon I'll be home early.
All right, out the back way, Hogan. But stick around that saloon until you find out who that fellow is and why he snatched that investigator.
Right.
Now get this clear, you two. I'm splitting Holt out of this deal. When we take over this whole valley, we'll split it 3 ways instead of 4. There's no telling what this investigator fumble will bring, and we're not taking any chances. We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone and dumping the troubles of the ranchers right into Mr. Holt's lap.
Fine.
When the showdown comes, Red here will do plenty of talking. And since he's Ma Turner's favorite cowhands, I guess the stuckers around here will believe him all right.
Not while I'm on my feet, they won't. If anybody's being double-crossed, it ain't going to be me.
Oh, take it easy, Holt. You've got us all wrong.
You got me wrong, Miller. That's the way it stands. I'm still running this deal, and I've given you 5 minutes to get those ranchers' loans out of that vault and transfer them over to me.
He's dead, kid. Just what happened?
I don't know exactly. I walked in here just in time to see the sheriff shooting my father in the back. And I let him have it.
If the sheriff hadn't killed Holt, he killed everyone in the room.
Whoa! Ah, something's happened. What's all this rumpus about?
Looks like Steve Holt shot the sheriff.
Oh, no.
Let me in again.
Who is this man, Mason?
United States Marshal, Buck Roberts. And I sent for him. Seems like you got here none too soon.
Steve.
Red, what Sam Hill are you doing here? Why aren't you out in the range?
Well, I bumped into something awful, Ma. I couldn't think of nothing but getting the information in town here at the sheriff. I found him here with Duke and Mr. Miller.
Oh, quit talking in riddles. Spit it out.
What did you find out?
Well,
Well, let me explain, Red. It isn't going to be an easy jolt, Ma. I still can't believe it myself. But it seems that Holt was behind all the rancher's troubles. And that goes for Steve, too. Seems he ran the whole spread and was so quick to kill the sheriff.
That's a lie.
Wait a minute, kid.
Listen, Marshal. My father never did anything to hurt the ranchers. He was their best friend.
And I'm vouching for that, Duke. You ought to know that yourself.
Sure, he loaned them money as long as he could. Then he got Mr. Miller to help, and we started losing cattle ourselves.
Just what are you driving at, Mason?
Well, Ma, Fred found rustled cattle from your range and some of the others in the Holt spread. And he saw Holt and Steve directing the rustles and cleaning them out.
That's the truth, and Holt didn't deny it. That's what started the shooting. He was going to get us all and then clear out, wasn't he, Mr. Miller?
Yes, that's right.
I'll choke that down you.
You're deep enough now.
But he's lying. You don't believe it, do you, Ma?
They're guilty. The court will find it out. You get a good trial. Are you the banker, Mr. Miller?
Yes, Marshal. And I feel as deeply about this as Mason here.
Naturally. But I'll have to ask you 3 gentlemen not to leave Red Bluff. I may need you as witnesses at this boy's trial.
Yes, of course.
To be sure, to be sure. The justice and the goodwill of this community mean more to me, Marshal, than anything in the world. But I do feel that Holt and his son are guilty.
Why?
Well, he admitted it when he pulled his gun on us.
Maybe so. But there's still something gol darn funny about this to me.
They're lying, that's what it is.
Listen, Ma. Don't let your sympathy run away with your good judgment. Come on, kid, I gotta lock you up.
You're making a mistake, Marshal.
Listen, the more you talk, the worse you're gonna get into it.
Oh, Ma, I can't believe it. Can't we do something?
Stop your whining. Get out the buckboard. Red, get back to the ranch. I ain't paying you to start any more trouble.
But Ma only done what was right.
Right or wrong, there's enough trouble around here now to stampede more than one heartbreak. Get! I'll listen, Miller, but I ain't satisfied.
What's he done, mister?
Shot the sheriff, that's all.
That's all. Sounds like a heap to me.
Red, you go over to the sheriff's office and tell Buck Roberts to come to my ranch for supper. I want to see him.
Yes, ma'am.
Say, Ma, you don't think Steve's guilty, do you?
I don't know. Evidence says he is, and there's a heap lot of it. Get it!
What's going on, old-timer?
I don't know exactly, except they said that young fella killed the sheriff. United States Marshal took him in there and locked him up.
He did, eh?
Just went in through the door.
Hold it, hold it! The marshal's doing the right thing, men. We fought to get law and order up here, and we should uphold it.
Maybe so. But when I think of that Stephen Holt and his no good son pretending to be our friends, I don't feel very well.
All right.
Any of you men John Holt?
Marshal, you got to listen to me.
You tell your story to the judge when the time comes. Here you go, Deputy. Hey, what's so interesting?
A stranger out there asking for John Holt.
John Holt, huh? You two deputies keep your eye on that prisoner. Don't let that crowd outside get any funny notions.
Yeah, sure, Marshal. Good boy.
Laying over there in the bank dead, and the marshal's just locked up his kid. But who are you, and what did you want with Holt?
I was ordered to report to him. Here are my credentials.
Why, he's our investigator from the Cattlemen's Association.
Folks are sure waiting for you, Mr. Dodge.
They generally are when there's rustling trouble.
Why? Are you always too late? You know this investigation's about over.
That's fine. Saves me a lot of work, then.
But, Marshal, Holt's gang of rustlers are still on the loose.
I thought you said the investigation was about over. A little bit optimistic, aren't you?
I never take any chances. Let me see those credentials.
I don't see any marshal's badge on you anywhere. Well, are you satisfied, Mr. Marshal?
Sorry I got a little rough with you, Dodge. My name's Roberts. It's like a kind of a bad mess around here, and you and I could help each other a
I'll
lot.
let you know if I need you. But I don't generally holler for help.
Hey, Joe. Tell the Marshal Ma wants him out the ranch tonight for supper, will you?
Yeah, sure. We better vamoose too, Magnolia, and look for our customers.
Stranger just showed at the sheriff's office looking for Holt. He talked to the rancher, said he was that investigator. He's heading this way now. I can't be seen talking to you fellas.
Go on, deal.
Oh, I'm sorry, stranger. I didn't see you.
All right.
You just came in. Go on playing.
What do you have, stranger?
A glass of sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla?
That's right.
Make a move, stranger, and I'll blow the gizzard out of you.
I'll still have that sarsaparilla.
All right, start talking. Who are you and what'd you do with that investigator?
Ever hear of Tom Steele?
Yeah. He's in Leavenworth, train robbing and rustling.
He was in Leavenworth. Right now, he's drinking sarsaparilla.
What? Did you crash prison?
Well, I'm here,
And that investigator?
planted over in the canyon where I lifted him from you.
What's your game, Steele?
My name is Dodge now. Jim Dodge. Agent for the Cattlemen's Association. And my game is the same as yours because you're going to cut me in on it.
Well, well. You know, I thought I seen you three fellas come in here. I never forget the face of a satisfied customer, especially the big one. Now, this is all I'm able to tote at the present time. Shall I leave it in here and go with the wagon and get the rest of it?
Oh, you're crazy. What do I want with all that snake poison? Get it out of here.
Sounds like you ordered it.
Ordered it? Why, they bought the whole kit and boodle. 8.5 dozen bottles of the famous Dr. Hopkins pacifying panacea.
Why don't you tell him where to deliver it?
Yes, I can deliver it. Out to your ranch, maybe.
Oh, I don't want to cause you all that trouble, old-timer. You just take it outside of town, and I'll have Slim here get a wagon and take it off your hand.
What, ain't no trouble at all. I'd like to take it out of your ranch because I like to know where my customers live, so I can look them up on my next trip in.
No, you just take it outside and wait. Slim will give you the address when he meets you.
Yeah? Well, I'd like to have your friend try a bottle of this. Do him good.
Well, sure, I'll give him one. You beat it. We're busy.
All right. Oh, I better leave a bottle of it for you, because it's mighty good for lead poisoning. Well, good afternoon, brother. Lovely weather we're having.
Well, are you fellas cutting me in?
What if I was to tell you this ain't our deal? We ain't running it.
Just about the way I figured it. You'll have till tonight to contact your boss. I'll be back in here then to meet him. I may have a few ideas of my own.
Howdy, stranger. Been taken care of all right?
Sure. Best sarsaparilla I ever drank.
Sarsaparilla?
That's the word that's swiped our investigator. He's beaten us to the impersonating. Wants to cut in on our deal.
His name is Tom Steele. Tom Steele?
Yeah, just broke out of Leavenworth.
Get out there and tail him. Don't let him out of your sight. Roy, go over and get Miller. Come on in the back room.
Good morning, my good friend. And a goodly morning it is, too. May I introduce myself to you, good neighbor? I am the famous Dr. Sandy Hopkins, discoverer and founder of the world's greatest pacifying panacea, good for man, woman, and child. And may I inveigle you to throw a lip over this corn syrup. It's as soft and smooth as a kitten's ear.
Why don't you cut it out, Sandy? How are you?
Hiya, Buck.
That was a good line.
Well, change your technique. That's my motto. And it worked out all right, too. When I met you and Tim after he hornswoggled that investigator.
Hey, you're about right there. Wonder what's keeping Tim.
Who wants to know? Well, slap my cash. Why don't you call your shots, partner? And how did you get in this rigging?
Well, I had to hide somewhere in a hurry to keep those fellows from trailing me. We better start comparing notes. I've got a date at sundown.
So have I. Climb out of that rig and bring it back in the stick so nobody can see us. Come on.
All right. Yep, Magnolia.
That's the way it looks to me. I'm perfectly convinced that that kid is innocent. He didn't know anything about his old man being crooked.
Well, you're sold on the fact that Mason and Miller are trying to get their hooks on this valley, huh?
Yes, and they're going to do it unless we can pin something on them.
He's right. First thing we got to do is get that kid out of jail. Then it's up to you. We'll use that old gag, you know. Kid breaks jail, still being accused of cattle rustling while he's out.
I know. Well, the gang and I hold him prisoner, eh?
That's right. And that way they'll have to lead you to the hideout where you'll locate Mason and Miller.
Yeah. That's all right, Buck. But how about me?
Tim will engineer that jailbreak at sunup, and he'll let you know where you're taking that kid. That'll give me a chance to check up on that cowhead at Maud Turner. Hey, by the way, I'm having supper with her tonight. I'm also going to invite myself for breakfast.
Well, now, ain't that just like him? To ace himself in on the honey and biscuits.
Sure, you know, the big engine.
Never mind. I'll eat enough for the both of you.
Yeah, and let us know how good it is when you see us later, huh?
That's right. Hey, listen, if you're smart, you'll check up on that hideout. Maybe you'll be there in time for breakfast.
That's a good idea.
Tim, you better talk to him.
Well, I don't know. This looks about as likely a spot as any for a meeting of the gang and the kid. What say, Sandy?
Well, it's all right for me. Say, that gives me an idea.
Hey, he's finally getting smart.
Ah, remarkable. Well, come along, Doctor.
All right, Chip. Now, I'll tell you, I'd like to sell you a bottle of this just to try for the entire family.
What got into you doing a dumb trick like that? You getting softening of the brain and opening that ranch of yours?
Say, Ma, supper will be ready in about 10 minutes.
All right, Hope. But I don't fancy feeding badge-toting sapheads like you believing Steve guilty right off the bat.
Oh, now, Ma, take it easy, will you?
I ain't saying that Steve didn't kill the sheriff. Maybe he's telling the truth, maybe he ain't. And I ain't saying that Hope wasn't as crooked as a corkscrew. But I ain't dumb enough not to see that there's something powerful big back of all this, and it don't end with the rustling and the killing.
Hey, listen, Ma, what do you say you and I go out and take a look at the barn?
My barn?
Yeah, we just about got time before supper. Come on. Cool down, will you?
Buck Roberts, what's the matter with you? Cattle being rustled, men being killed, ranchers losing their homes, and you want to look at barns. Now I know you're crazy. Give me a match.
All right, Ma, but you got to keep your shirt on. Here you are. Come on, Ma.
Now what?
Hey, Dodge. Dodge, come on out.
For damn sakes!
I don't mind playing along with you, but I'll be doggone if I care for a hayloft.
Who is this man? Who is he?
Listen, more quiet. That's the reason I hid him up here, to keep him out of sight. He's the Investigator for the Cattlemen's Association. If you just keep your hat on, I'll introduce you. Dodge, this is Maul.
Howdy.
Howdy. You seem to like each other. Just keep your boots on your feet. I'll explain what this is all about. You know, when Dodge first come into this country on a stagecoach, we framed him. They had to hide him out here to keep him out of the way.
And remember, don't tell Steele any more than you have to. You've got us on a spot, and we may have to play ball with him.
And keep your mouth shut about Miller and me, understand?
Sure.
Steele's coming down the street now, heading for here.
All right, Hogan, you know what to do.
Well, hello, Steele. You take a hand?
Yeah, one hand. Showdown. Well, I'm listening.
I talked to the boss. He doesn't mind cutting you in if you can produce some ideas we can use. You see, we ain't got no special use for an investigator anymore.
That's where you fellas are dumb. Just like leaving that Holt kid over there in jail.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, he's got the name, hasn't he? With him out of there and safely hidden away, we could carry on a profitable cattle business. And with the investigator on our side, we'd have that whole valley in our hands before the ranchers knew what hit them.
Gee, that's right. We could spring him easy. The deputies guarding him are on our side.
That's fine, then fix it. But you've got to do it my way. I'll walk into that jail at sunup. We'll meet you out there at that live oak at the edge of town. Have your boss there. No stalling.
Well, he'll be there. Slim, you get over to jail and tip off the deputies to expect Steele at sunup. We'll meet you at the big oak.
What's all this? Who are you?
My name's Dodge. I'm the special agent your father sent for. You're worth more to me outside than you are in here, because I don't think you're guilty.
I'll say I'm not. This whole thing's a frame-up.
Well, I've got horses right out back. Come this way. Well, I'm aboard.
Hey, where are we going? I'd like to see Ma Turner first. I want to have a talk with her daughter.
Well, that's just where we're going. We're going to hide you out for a while. Come on this way.
Nice work, Steele. I couldn't have done better myself.
Say, what is this? I thought you said your name was Dodge and we were heading for Ma Turner's.
Well, I have a little habit of saying things now and then I don't mean. Where's your boss?
We're to meet him later. Speaking of Ma Turner, we decided to get rid of that Marshal friend of hers.
Who, Buck Roberts?
Yeah. Slim and a couple of the boys are over there now to pick him off.
Well, that's not so smart. I had other ideas for him.
Well, we think you're a pretty smart hombre, Steele, but not smart enough to deal two hands at once. Come on, let's get going with the kid.
Wait a minute. Where are you going to take him?
We have a shack in Box Canyon. It's on Holt's North Range. The kid ought to feel quite at home there for a spell.
You're crazy. There's no shack in those canyons.
That's what you think. Your old man took care of that, too, the same as he did a lot of other things. Come on, we're wasting time.
Found out they're hiding an investigator up at the house.
What?
You know, that fellow Steele is a phony. He must be working with Ma and that Marshal, who's inside now having breakfast. Ma sent all the cowhands over to the whole range to pick up her cattle. So you fellas go ahead. Blast them right at breakfast if you want to.
Better get back. They're coming out of the house now.
Now's your chance.
No, not yet. You get back at the house and see what you can find out. We got to make sure of everything that Ma Turner knows. We might have to get her, too.
We'll go round the back.
One thing more that's worrying me, Buck. If we do catch Miller and Mason, especially Miller, what's going to happen to the rancher's loans?
Oh, we'll worry about that, Ma, when we get to it.
Maybe so.
He's been listening to everything we said, Ma. Hey, Red's in a jam. Here's one of your rustlers, Ma. I've been watching him ever since I came to town.
Sneaking, low-down polecat.
Come on.
Ma! Ma, what's wrong? Oh, Ma! Ma, you all right? Oh.
I'm all right.
Watch him, Ma.
Get on here, fool. You start anything, I'll let you have it.
How you setting, Buck? I tried to get here in time to warn you.
I'm setting all right, Sandy. Only the fellow I was following got away.
Well, maybe he's heading for their hideout up in that Box Canyon on Holt's North Range. If we don't find it in time, Tim's liable to get in a jam.
Oh, what's holding us? Come on, let's go.
told you I wasn't wasting any time. Are you sure your bosses are here?
Well, sure, but I don't remember mentioning more than one. Tie him up and keep him outside.
Get up there. But remember, no rough stuff with that kid. He's more important to us alive.
Come on, Steele. This is Tom Steele, Chief. We've got Steve Holt outside.
Howdy, Steele. How are you? Well, you can take the disguise off now, Mason. Where's your partner?
How do you know who I am?
Well, I don't know. I didn't tell him.
You told me yourself, Mason. You forgot to take off that dog chain.
Kind of fast at seeing things, ain't you, Steele?
Yeah, like the two horses outside. Where's your partner?
That's one time you missed, Steele. I'm alone in this deal. That other horse belongs to one of the boys out back.
Is that so? All right, Miller. You can come out of there now.
What is it? Duke, what is this all about?
Quit stalling, Miller. I told Hogan here that when I sit in the game, I want all the cards on the table. Can't expect me to swallow a lot of stuff like that Marshal did yesterday at the bank after Holt was shot.
What do you mean? You wasn't even...
I was at the back door. I let you go over to the saloon to wait for me like Miller ordered you to.
All right, Steele, you win. We'll cut you in like Hogan and all the rest.
No, you won't. I'm not interested in chicken feed. I want Holt's share of this valley when you fellas foreclose on these ranchers.
What?
Well, that's the deal he made for stalling the ranchers and hiding the rustle cattle so he could run them across the line. And that's my deal. Only I'm stalling him with a pocket full of credentials. Now bring that Holt kid in here. I want him to know how he's going to be a goat for my plan of cleaning this deal up in a hurry.
All right. All right, bring him in.
I heard what you said when you made your deal. All right, if my father was guilty, he got just what was coming to him. But I think you double-crossed him because when you killed him, you didn't give him a chance.
That just about sums it up, kid. Get your hands in the air. All of you. Now untie the kid.
What is this, Steele?
The name isn't Steele. It's United States Marshal McCall.
Yeah, that's what we discovered over at Ma Turner's.
All right, get him up.
What happened?
He's working with that Marshal. They got the investigator in hiding over at Ma Turner's. I tried to get the Marshal, but he was too fast for me. He shot Ed and Sam, but I give him the slip.
That means our deal's off. We better make a break for it.
Just a minute. You and I have business in town first. Come on.
Get that rope. We'll tie him up, too. Put a torch to this place. A little hot fire ought to finish him. We'll pitch this torch in from the outside. I hope you'll like the heat, Marshal.
Wait a minute, Sandy. We're getting lucky. This is it.
Sure boxed, all right.
Well, let's get after him.
I'm locating this shack.
Look, I finally got here.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Where's Buck?
He's outside having the time of his life.
You move away from here, and I'll kick your teeth right down your throat. Gotta get my horse.
Well, Buck's still working on him.
All right, you can get up off there now. Get your hat. Wait a minute.
Hi, coming, Buck.
Oh, pretty good. Where's Miller and Mason?
They're headed for town. My guess they're after the cash in Miller's bank.
Cash in Miller's bank, huh? Take over here, will you, Sandy, and bring him on in? Let's go.
Well, I ain't gonna stand watch on no dead bird while them two get in on the big killing. You bring him in, Steve. Sure. Steve, here's where the Rough Riders ride again.
$5,000 in that safe of mine. I'm not going to leave it. I want to get those mortgages in the bank. I might be coming back here sometime. I'll see you out and back. You're not going anywhere. I'll take charge of that box. A nice collection you got, Miller. Wait a minute. I want to see those. Bring them out here. You know, just between me and you, I got a notion that's going to make you very happy. Yes. Start a fire.
With these?
You got the idea.
Oh, my dear sir, they're my mortgages. They're very valuable.
That'll make them burn better. They're hot anyway. Put them in the stove.
Why didn't you wait for me?
Couldn't wait that long. Go on down to the bank. Maybe you're not too late to give Buck a hand.
Oh, you.
That's one of the best lawmen in the country. I can't help ribbing him now and then. Come on, get going.
Ask them for customers, Ma.
Here you are, sweetheart. They're all yours now. I don't know of a better sheriff to take charge until the town has a chance to elect a new one.
Doggone! If I don't think I'm going to run for it myself.
That's not a bad idea. I'll bet you'd be elected, too.
I know she would. I wish I could stay here and campaign for you, Ma.
Get out of here.
Say, Buck, me and them ranchers want to know something important. What happened to them mortgages Miller's got?
Mortgages? What mortgages? Oh, let me see. I bet those are the papers that Miller was burning in that bank stove when I nabbed him. Yes, sir, I bet that was them.
So long, Ma.
Oh, gee, Ma, aren't they swell?
They don't come any better. Not anywheres in the land.
So long. Well, I guess that winds up another mess of trouble. You know, Arizona's going to look mighty good to me.
Yeah, but not half as good as Wyoming looks to me.
Well, you can have the both of them. Texas is my hitching post. Well, so long, Rough Riders.
So long, Rough Riders.
So long, Rough Riders.
The Rough Riders ride, beware. The Rough Riders ride, take care. They're the finest bunch of fighters in the land, chasing every rustler and guerrilla band. The Rough Riders riders watch the trail. The rough riders never